Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 GMO run, where I have selected one arm plus one arm. This is one of the combinations that the mod won't actually let you select manually, so you have to pick one arm and then roll randomly until you get one armed as your second one, which took me, I don't know, like 15 rolls or something, so that's why we're starting in the weapon selection screen here. I genuinely don't know how the math is going to work with double one-armed, whether we're going to get ×3 damage when we pick up damage, whether we're going to get ×4 damage, whether the math is going to do something really weird, as sometimes happens, or even if this combination is going to work at all. I'm going to just try to play it like a normal one-armed, where I pick up Ghost Axe to build a bunch of percentage damage, and then switch to any multi-hit weapon later on. So let's just see what happens. So it looks like the first tell is that we do have graphics, because this character, when the thing isn't working, you won't have graphics available on your character. You'll just see a blank potato with no face. If the combination isn't working. Oops, I also forgot to set up my sound correctly, so let me get some in-game sound for you. 1 second. Alright, hopefully that is better now. So we got 3% damage. So it looks like our damage is being from the Ghost Axe. So it looks like we're getting ×3 damage whenever we pick up additional damage, and we have 400% attack speed. Obviously, that's going to be pretty ridiculous. So it looks like this combination is going to be absurdly powerful, but let's give it a shot. We're going to pick up the luck. Just grabbing some economy stuff early when we get it is always nice. And then we definitely want items like Baby Elephant. I'm going to take the Scar first, though. We definitely want items like Baby Elephant, because non-weapon sources of damage are really important to the one-armed, and that'll be even more so as our damage continues to scale wildly. I'm going to roll here. I could take Defective Steroids, but I don't think it's worth locking. I'm really looking for a second Ghost Axe that I can lock, but we'll just lock some economy items. Wait. So the shop is broken. Interesting. I wonder if we aren't going to roll any weapons, because on wave 1 you're supposed to be guaranteed seeing 2 weapons in the shop, but we have 4 non-weapon items, so the shop is completely broken on this character. If we're stuck with a level 1 Ghost Axe all game, this might suddenly be harder than I was expecting. Let's go to wave 2 and see what happens. That's very interesting. I've never seen that happen before. And I don't know what would be causing it, because the one-armed doesn't have anything normally that affects the shop. Maybe the one-armed isn't guaranteed weapons on the first shop. That might be a hidden setup. If anyone knows for sure, let me know. Let's roll here. And I could take just the flat damage. I guess I'll take that. It's worth 6 damage, and I'll take 10 luck as well. We'll take the coupon and the Baby Elephant, and lens I'm going to pick up as well, because we'll try to switch to a ranged weapon if we can roll into weapons. I am not certain that we can, but I am going to lock this entire shop. Because if the one-armed is coded maybe as not being guaranteed weapons in the first 2 shops, I can't remember, since you don't want to buy a ton of weapons. Alright, well, we're making good money, but of course, with just the Ghost Axe, we're having a hard time defending ourselves. I'll take the level 2 dodge here, that's fine. And then we definitely want Gentle Alien, because we have the Ghost Axe, so that will improve our ability to scale our Ghost Axe damage. And then I'm going to take the lens here and leave the Ugly Tooth locked so that I can reroll. Still not seeing any other weapons. So it's possible that the shop is just completely broken with this combination. My theory is that if the one-armed has a special exception to the shop rules, where it doesn't always see 2 weapons in the first 2 shops, then they may have coded that just as a flat -1 to the number of weapons that you see in the first shop, and that could be causing us to just see no weapons ever. But I guess we'll find out as we go. Lifesteal, I am going to take, I think. No, I don't want to lose harvesting this early, so I'm just going to recycle the bat. And then I will continue to buy more luck. More luck is always good early. I'm just going to take 5 harvesting. It's early enough that I think it's worth picking that up. We're going to take the ugly tooth and the cake and the gecko, and then do 1 reroll here. Still have seen no weapons, so I'm becoming increasingly convinced that this character cannot roll weapons in the shop, which means we're going to be in a lot of trouble in some of the later waves with just a level 1 ghost axe to defend ourselves with. After the Wave 5 shop, it might change, because there are no longer guaranteed weapons after the Wave 5 shop, so if it has something to do with the one-armed having shop exceptions, those may go away. And if so, we'll still be able to roll into more weapons, but like I said, we will see. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'll still take lens, and I am still going to take 6 melee damage. I'm taking Scared Sausage as well, because one of the ways that you can succeed when you're playing the one-armed is by getting other non-weapon sources of damage, just because we have huge percentage damage increases, especially with our Ghost Axe giving us 60 damage already. So we can use things like Spicy Sauce and Scared Sausage to deal damage across the map. I'll take the Little Frog here as well. Pickup range is pretty good. Obviously the negative dodge is painful, but we will benefit from the relatively early harvesting. And then Lumberjack Shirt we probably don't need, since we're going to be one-shotting things, but I guess it will be good with Scared Sausage, and if I pick up landmines. And obviously Baby with a Beard is an incredible find for us. I'm actually just going to lock this entire shop. Baby with a Beard could give us ways to actually win this run, even if we can't find additional weapons. So right now, the Scared Sausage isn't doing anything because we have no way to apply the fire that isn't with our melee attacks, which obviously one-shot everything already. But later on down the line, it hopefully will be useful. And it's worth speculating on because safe wave clear, like wave clear at a distance, is something that this character is going to be missing. We are gaining an awful lot of stats, not as many as we would have if we had a level 2 Ghost Axe, but we're still gaining a lot of percentage damage, which means we don't really need to buy it. Take the tree here, and then I will take 8 harvesting. Now our harvesting is growing. I'm going to take more luck over the dodge there. Baby with a Beard and Gentle Alien I'm taking. That will help us clear the waves even faster, and then we do want these 2 defensive items. I feel like I've locked the entire shop. I've locked more items than basically ever with this character so far. We just keep finding very good shops that I want to buy everything in. And we aren't rolling specifically for weapons. Baby with a Beard doing a ton of good damage here, which will of course only get better as we continue to level it up. And if we get like piercing or bouncing projectiles, it'll get even stronger. Took a lot of hits there. I do need to build some healing. I will definitely take the metal. Community support I'm going to pass on. We will rarely have a ton of enemies on the field, and we already have 400% attack speed. But I will take the duct tape. And here I'm going to grab just 9 maximum HP and 4 regeneration. This should help keep us alive a little bit better. We can afford to buy this entire shop, so we will. And yeah, we really are not finding other weapons. So I'm going to buy the Cyber Ball. I think I will pass on the acid. We have 45 HP already. Coffee at -6 damage, I don't think is worth picking up. I guess I don't really need Cyclops Worm either. We'll definitely take the Razor Blade here, because the crit chance is useful, the lifesteal is reasonably useful as well. The coffee, so I lose 6% damage, but we're building tons of percentage damage off the Ghost Axe, so maybe it's still worth it, just to increase my DPS even more. And the Cyclops Worm is worth 36% damage, but I don't know if it's worth spending on. I think I will take the coffee, even though we already have tons of attack speed. Attack speed scales linearly, so it's not significantly worse. And we do need the ability to like one-tap the elites. We need to kill them super quickly, so I'm worried about my attack speed when it comes to fighting elites. Since we only have the one weapon, increasing our attack speed is going to just give us more damage. Obviously, the Cyber Ball will help even more with wave clear alongside the baby elephant. The 4 regeneration is doing some stuff, but not quite enough, and as you can see, we are starting to have problems just with the sheer number of enemies on the field, and only having one weapon to protect ourselves with. So I'm having to do a lot of dodging, and we're actually not making that much money per wave. I'll take the crown, though, and then here, let's take 6% dodge. I want to start building defensive stats. We will buy these 3 and roll. Scar and Peacock going into wave 9. Peacock is very dangerous, of course, if I pick this up going into wave 9, but it's worth so much money that I think I will pick it. And then we're not going to lock the Scar because we will have already plus 45% XP gain, so we don't need that. I think the Propeller Hat is worth locking, though. So I need to play this wave a little bit carefully because we have the Peacock, of course, and we can't afford to take too many hits. So obviously some of my non-weapon sources of damage are stealing kills from the Ghost Axe, but that's just not something I'm not worried about. Ideally, I'd like to get to the point where we are just killing everything before it gets close to me, so we don't have to try to protect ourselves with this very weak weapon. Not certain why the one-armed is not seeing any... why the double one-armed doesn't roll weapons in the shop. It's just an interesting mechanic, but... obviously I would have taken a different weapon, a different starter weapon, if I'd known this was going to happen. But with the Ghost Axe, at least we're scaling a ton of damage, so that part is good. The Peacock got me 4 levels there. Magic Barrier, so this could increase our elemental damage scaling even further, but we would lose a ton of stats that we want. Our speed is already negative, our dodge is something we're having trouble building, and we don't have any elemental damage yet, so I'm going to pass on the Magic Barrier. I'll take the Lost Duck, and then here, I could take flat melee damage to make my Ghost Axe better, but we're still one-shotting everything. I could take additional luck. I think we'll just grab 15 luck here. Ranged damage for the baby with a beard isn't a terrible plan. I think I will grab that. And then here I'm just going to take some more regeneration. And move speed. Alright, that's good. We've managed to fix our stats quite a bit. The Scared Sausage is not going to do that much now that I've reduced my elemental damage, and we're reducing it even further, because I'm definitely buying these wings. But I think it's still worth picking up there. I will take the Goat Skull. It's worth 9 melee damage. That's just so much, and we get a free reroll. Baby Gecko, obviously good with the elephant that we have already, so we'll pick that up. We'll take the Lure. Incendiary Turret, not very good. It doesn't even apply the fire from the Scared Sausage, so it's not something that we want in this spot. I could take Pumpkin, because then if I find piercing shots... Oh, I see the reason. I just didn't even read this. Okay, that's why. Our weapons are... the way that the weapons are coded, you have a weapon limit, and the one arm just has -5 to it, 1 out of -4. So we are over our total weapon cap, which is why we aren't seeing weapons in the shop. All right, I just didn't even look at this. I'm sure everyone has been screaming in the comments about it, but don't worry, I got there in the end. I will take this because piercing is something we will buy pretty aggressively. I will take this and lock this, and I don't really need either of these. Hedgehog for... Yeah, I'll take the hedgehog, actually. Both melee and ranged damage are very good. Okay, so that makes more sense. I didn't think the one-armed had, like, a special shop exception or anything. As you can see, the baby with a beard is starting to do very good work for us. Wave 10, there just aren't that many enemies on the field, and our Ghost Axe has reached the point where... Or our Ghost Axe... Normally, at this point, you'd have, like, level 3 axes, maybe even a level 4 axe, to really start scaling your damage. But we still need to kill 20 enemies before we get a point of damage scaling. Now, all of our kills with our melee weapons are on the same axe, so that means we're scaling more frequently, and also all of our damage scales 3 times as heavily. So we're still gaining way more stats from the Ghost Axe, but the number of enemies that we have to kill didn't manage to finish off that loot alien before the end of the wave, sadly. But the number of enemies that we have to kill is much higher than most other characters, per stat point is much higher than most other characters at this point in the game. Second baby with a beard, awesome. Tentacle will definitely take... I will take the charcoal as well. We can start building our elemental damage back up. Marksmanship, I have banned for these runs, so I'm going to pass on it. Obviously, it would be ridiculously strong here, but it's just a broken item, so I've just banned it for these runs. And I don't think I actually want the shackles. I actually want to increase my speed even further. I'm going to take the dodge here, going up to 20%, because we do want that. I could also go back up to 0 elemental damage to make the scared sausage better, and I think I will. I think that will help going into... the elite wave, which we have hordes for our first 2 bosses, which is actually very lucky here. I'll take the lure and the hedgehog and another charcoal. Stone skin, we only have 4 armor at this point, but I'm gonna buy it anyways. It'll start scaling our max HP pretty heavily as we continue to level that up. We'll buy the blindfold here and then roll. And sharp bullet, this is exactly why we bought the pumpkin, because we're definitely taking that. Metal I will take, that will give us more max HP for our stone skin, more move speed, armor, and damage, etc. And then with 94 in the bank, at a cost of 94 with 110 in the bank, I think we probably are going to get a lot of money next round. So I'm going to buy the piggy bank. We might make a little bit of money off of it. Piggy bank is a little better on one-armed than on other characters because you aren't buying, especially on this version of the one-armed, because you aren't buying as many weapons. So you will very often have shops where you have a bunch of stuff that you can't buy and end up saving money. Actually, I guess it's not as good. I should qualify that. It's not as good for this version of the one-armed since we don't see any weapons in the shop. Normally, one-armed likes piggy bank because a lot of time your shop will be full of weapons that you don't want, and so you will just pass with a lot of money. But for this version of the one-armed, we will never have a shop full of weapons, so the piggy bank was probably not as good. We're no longer really scaling our damage, our percent damage, with the Ghost Axe there. I'll take the banner here. The range is okay, and I've reduced my range a lot. Glass Cannon I'm not going to take. Although 75% damage, yeah, I'll just take that, and then we'll take the Poisonous Tonic as well. We'll boost our lifesteal, we will boost our elemental damage, I'm going to boost my move speed, and then Warrior Helmet will help us fix our armor, which I just reduced quite a lot, alongside the metal. Adrenaline is great, going up to 30% dodge, and it does hurt a little bit to lose crit chance, but the compass is good, and we get a reroll. We'll take a cyber ball as well. Charcoal, continues to be a pretty efficient purchase for this character. Much happier with this amount of move speed. Basically, I want to... The main goal for me right now is to get my actual melee damage to the point where we're clearing... where we can kill the elite. Because that's the thing that as you can see, I'm not that worried about the rest of the waves. With double Baby with a Beard, we're just... and like our Cyberball, Baby Elephant, etc. We're just splattering all the enemies that show up. But... the elite could be a problem because our single target damage is not as good. And this is kind of the goal on One-Armed, is you want to reach a point where all of the things that aren't your actual weapon are just clearing the wave for you on their own. Because your weapon is going to be quite a bit worse than other characters' weapons. But for this character, you can benefit quite a lot from the additional damage that you will have based on the One-Armed's bonuses with things that aren't weapons. Gold-plated teeth, just like marksmanship, I've banned in these runs, so we're passing on it. And then here we'll take the armor as well as the max HP that comes with that armor. Cute Monkey is a good way to heal. It does cost me 3 ranged damage to buy. So is that worth it? We have 1 elephant and 2 geckos, so that's a lot of healing. I'm not that worried about healing, though, so I think we're going to pass on that. I'm just going to take this and this. I'll take the dynamite as well, actually. We have a decent amount of explosions. 3rd Baby with a Beard. I mean, don't mind if I do. And we'll take the bait. Obviously, percentage damage isn't super important, but the more enemies there are on the field, the more we benefit from our Ghost Axe stats and the more money we get. So just increasing the number of enemies is good for us. Take Gentle Alien, and then Jeff's Shades gives us a tiny amount of attack speed. I think I probably will take that. Strange Book could give us engineering, but we don't really have too many things that care about engineering. The landmines are just there to apply the scared sausage damage, which is no longer relevant at this point because we have triple Baby with a Beard, so that's going to be doing all of our damage. For that reason, maybe I don't care about buying the Jeff Shades because our attack speed is already super high. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass on that. The Baby with a Beard is what's going to kill stuff for us. Probably against the elite, I can just stay away from it and just kill it with Baby with a Beard shots. The sheer amount of damage we're outputting every time an enemy dies is ridiculous. Let's see. I don't think we're getting Ghost Axe stats again. Maybe like 1 per wave if I'm lucky. We'd gained 66 before the start of this wave, so I'll check if we got any this wave, or if we're just eating all of our Ghost Axe stats. Okay, we just got 1 there. Oh, 2 loot aliens in the last 5 seconds of the wave, which we just happened to be standing on top of when they spawned, so that was pretty nice. I'm going to recycle the Blood Leech. No, I'll take it. We do want to boost our regen. I will lose more armor for the crit chance there. We'll take Riposte as well. And then let me re-roll this. I could take the ranged damage, but honestly, I'm not that worried about it. Luck is probably better. Here, I will take the... I don't think we need either of these. We have 333% damage. I think I'm actually just going to re-roll past that. I will take the Gentle Alien. Beanie is still good. Energy Bracelet, we're going to pass on. Explosive Shells cost me 45% damage if I pick it up, but is a huge boost to our explosions, of which we have 1 Spicy Sauce and 1 Landmines. Unfortunately, I don't think that's good enough to take, but I will take the metal. Roll here, Small Magazine, excellent. Cost me 18% damage, but gives me at least 6 ranged damage. And then let's continue to just go to the next wave. Yeah, so I definitely need to increase my healing. Right now, we're a little bit reliant on our actual regeneration. So if I take hits, then we're in trouble. Obviously, that's not going to happen in most of these waves. As you can see, we don't really have to do that much other than just sort of wander around picking up materials. But the elites and bosses could be a little more dangerous because our actual single target damage might be a little bit lower. We did still get a stat this wave. Somehow killed 20 enemies with the Ghost Axe itself. Yeah, we'll take more regeneration. I'll take the Scared Sausage, recycle that still. We will roll past all this, I think. I could take the crit chance, but I'm really looking for, yeah, more armor is good. I will take more dodge, just so that we are in less danger against the elites. We'll take the Shady Potion. And now I'm going to pick up the Dynamite and the Plastic Explosives. We don't have a use for it right now, but we might later. Focus for plus 90% damage. Don't mind if I do. And we'll take the Leather Vest as well. Wisdom is kind of funny, so we could take that. It would reduce our damage by 60%, but we'd gain 15% every 5 seconds. I still think that's not worth picking up, because we just want to kill the elite super quickly. And then we'll take the Leather Vest here. Leather Vest plus Stone Skin is one of my favorite combinations in the game, because it makes what's already a super efficient item in Leather Vest even more efficient, because it only costs you 1 HP. The first swing against the tentacle didn't kill it, and then the second swing did, and all of the enemies that had spawned in that time just exploded immediately. Very funny. I'd love a pocket factory, because we do have a tree, we've got lumberjack shirt. I will take the charcoal here. I think I will continue to increase my attack speed, in part because if I get more attack speed and do find the pocket factory, then we can have an improved tools set up where we're spawning millions of mines and our turrets are attacking really, really quickly. Take recycling machine, leather vest, and broken mouth, and roll. Metal detector, I don't think I want at this point, because the amount of materials that we're getting, we would lose 15% damage and gain some stats we mostly don't need. Take the charcoal, though, and the steroids. Roll, take plant. I will continue to buy Lost Duck, and helmet is good here. Roll again. Another spicy sauce, another coffee, and a robot arm, all great for us. Just gonna kind of go AFK here. I want Sif's Relic or some more geckos so that I can just actually go AFK. The problem we're having right now is that enemies aren't spawning fast enough, so all of our Baby with a Beard shots have left the arena before the next enemy spawn. So we're having to actually start the chain over again rather than just having enemies continuously spawn and then pop immediately. We'll definitely take the tree. As you can see, we're leaving tons of materials on the ground, so I'm really looking forward to finding ways to fix that. We'll take dodge here, and then just going to buy out this entire shop. Roll again, take another bag, sure. Little muscly dude, great. And I'm going to reroll once here. Oh, I guess I do have piggy bank, so I cost myself a little bit of money by doing that. We'll take the rip and tear. This is why I've been buying the dynamites and plastic explosives. Or did I buy? Yeah, I did buy 1 plastic explosives. Because if we find rip and tear, it's going to be ridiculously strong. So very happy to see that. Where is Sif's relic and baby geckos? Come on, game. Get it together. I am regretting passing that other plastic explosive, because this would have been a pretty ridiculous pile of nonsense. I think I'm gonna... I'm obviously, we're wildly overpowered at this stage, but this is such a funny run that I think I might do like 10 more levels and just take it into endless for a little bit. See how high we can scale our baby with a beard damage. The Jeff Shades, if we're going endless, I want to recycle those because we will want tardigrades, and then I'll take the wheelbarrow still. I will just grab some luck. I will take all of these and then roll. We will take the clover for more dodge, of course, and then we want this. I'm not going to buy Schmoop, and I'm not going to reroll because I do have the piggy bank. All right, so obviously at this point we're not in too much danger from the elite, but this is the hardest elite that we could get here because it maintains distance from us and charges, so it's hard to DPS down with only the 1 melee weapon. Our stats are much higher than should be possible at this stage, though, of course, so that didn't matter, and we were able to kill it quickly. But you can see, even, like, you can see how fast we're killing everything else, but how relatively difficult it was to kill that elite. So you can see why I have been focusing on making sure that we have the damage to do that, because the elites are a real challenge for this build. Single target damage is still definitely an issue. And there is no way for us to, because we're over weapon cap, even if I like sell the ghost axe, there's no way for me to roll another weapon. So we already are at dodge caps, so I'm going to recycle the cape. I don't want to reduce my damage here. If we are going into endless mode, I will take the black belt. More XP is good for endless mode, and here I'll take the armor. Another focus, sure, we'll take that. We will take lemonade and weird food, and I will roll. We've got tons of healing, so let's take the weird ghost as well, and the landmines. And then I'm just going to stop at like 200 HP. That's sort of a good setup to stop when you're going endless. Roll again here. Gambling token to go back over dodge cap is okay, but I think we'll pass on that. But I will take Darden, and I will take Bandana, and I will take Pumpkin. So we should be healing up pretty quickly off of our natural regen and off of the consumables that we've got. Would like to find a fairy as well, just for more regeneration. And what I still really want to find are all of the uniques that I've been talking about all game. Pocket Factory would be super fun. Sif's Relic would be really good, of course, or just more geckos. More cyber balls and baby elephants will help with our wave clear as well. Dusty Fedora would be awesome. Hey, it's the Pocket Factory. Do I want to increase my crit chance? Yes, I do. Do I want to take the damage? I think I'm just going to roll here. I'll take the 9% dodge. That just gets us back over dodge cap, which is great. We will buy all of these items and then reroll. Buy a leather vest for damage. Alienize, another non-weapon source of damage, so it's sort of perfect for us. Roll again. Buy the lure as well, and then hit the right button. We're going into endless mode. I've only done that once, where I hit the wrong button going into endless mode, but, you know, it could happen at any time. So as you can see, our actual damage to the single target damage to the elites is relatively low. So this is kind of an interesting endless mode character, because as we get the later on endless elites, we're gonna have a hard time just killing them when there's like 3 or 4 elites on the map, or more bosses and stuff. I like this, all the trees spawned in the same place, so our little pocket factory setup is all down in one corner. Jetpack, I'm going to take. Over dodge cap, obviously, but the move speed is fine. I'm going to recycle Bloody Hand, because we'll be looking for tardigrade. Recycle Money Tree, because it just decreases your income after wave 20. Let's roll here, and I'll take ranged damage. Flabort is great. This continues to... wow, look at the elemental damage gain, because we have so much attack speed. And this is going to be even more. So this should give us almost 300 elemental damage. Yep. Well, suddenly we're doing very well when it comes to elemental damage. Roll here. Padding I'm going to pick up because it's a limited item, and you just want to pull limited items out of the pool when you're going into endless mode. So we should be pretty quick to kill these elites if I just, like, stand inside them, which is why I want to get part of why I want to get as many tardigrades as possible, because that will give us the option to just blow up the elites as quickly as we can, especially with alienize and stuff. Still wish we'd found Dusty Fedora earlier, because we would have so much luck. But we'll, of course, take it. Got that loot alien spawning and then immediately exploding. And, hey, a baby gecko. Alright, we'll take a small magazine. Cute monkey is a limited item again. Obviously, it's limited to 13, but I'm still going to pick it up. We'll take vigilante ring. And here, I'll take the crit chance. We're going to want that in case we can roll into, which we hope to do, hunting trophies, because that's how you actually maintain your income into endless mode, is you buy hunting trophies. Your, like, key items are things like Dangerous Bunny, Hunting Trophy, Garden, that kind of thing going on into endless mode. We'll take Gentle Alien, we'll take Garden, we'll roll. We will buy more XP gain from the Black Belt, and then we will roll again. And Vigilante Ring, this will continue to give us stats. I do want to boost my armor, because we are still at the point where conventional sources of defense can still help us. We don't just need tardigrades. Later in endless mode, you end up at a point where tardigrade is the only defense that matters, and your HP just actually becomes how many tardigrades do you have equals how many hits you can take before you die. Because it's almost impossible to scale your damage past, or your defense past the incoming damage. Even with broken stuff like these GMO runs. Still occasionally getting 3 points of damage from the ghost axe, which is kind of nice. Would love more trees. Anything that increases our Engineering actually could be pretty useful at this point as well. There's Fairy, it's a unique, gives us a ton of regeneration, so great to pull that out of the pool. I'll take this for more damage, because why not? And we will take more luck. Taking this, this, and this, and then I will do a reroll. We'll definitely take the spicy sauce. And now that it is, now that we're in endless mode, I'm just going to pull all the uniques out of the pool. So actually, I'm going to lock all of these, I think. Maybe not the muscly dude. I don't think we need that. The reason you want all of the XP gain items in Endless is that levels will become your best source of actual stats, because items that give you stats just become so expensive very, very quickly, because the shop costs scale so quickly in Endless mode that the only things you can afford to buy are like the critical items, tardigrades, and unique items so that you can find more tardigrades, etc. And so in order to improve your actual stats, what you want is to level up as much as possible. Because you just reach a point where it's just inefficient to spend on stat items because they just don't give you enough for the amount that you're spending. Another unique that we can pull out of the pool, and a coupon, of course, is excellent. I'll take the duct tape as well, lemonade as well. Let's roll here, I think. No, I'll just take more luck. Luck is good. Grind's Magical Leaf, again, just a good source of stats that will continue to scale through Endless mode. So let's buy the gold-plated teeth first, and then we will buy all of these others. I guess not the spicy sauce. Take my reroll, and buy the baby with a beard and a unique strange book. Obviously, we lose some melee and ranged damage here, but the Strange Book is a unique, so again, we want to make sure that that doesn't show up in future shops. The more uniques you can pull out of the shop pool, the better your shop is going to be in future. And engineering increases aren't totally irrelevant, especially if we find improved tools later on. Our turrets could be a help when it comes to just dealing a little bit of additional damage, mostly to bosses and elites. The number of consumables on the field is also a pretty important statistic for Endless mode, because you end up doing a bunch of damage with spicy sauce as well, since it scales with your HP, which once you get extra stomach is one of the stats that it's easy to scale very high. White flag, obviously reducing the number of enemies is painful, but again, it's a unique, so you just buy it to pull it out of the pool. And then we will buy this, and this, and this, and roll. And coffee, I will still take. It's still pretty efficient. Don't need any of these other things, so let's do a reroll. ST's couch is a unique that you don't want to take, because you do want to boost your speed. So we'll take the padding instead. Go fight wave 25. Trying to hit the things that aren't the elites and just kill the elites with our baby with a beard damage, which obviously worked very well. For this build, we're looking for explosion size as well. That's one of the things we want the most. As well as, of course, Sift's Relic, more geckos. Enemies also have decreased chance of dropping materials at this point. So the fact that we found no hunting trophies is definitely dangerous for our income. Hunting trophy is how you actually make money in Endless mode. We will... actually, I'm going to take the cog. Engineering isn't horrible for this build, so I do want it. Peaceful Bee, we're going to recycle. Glasses, we're going to recycle. Metal, I will still take, I think. And then We don't really need to buy regeneration at this point, so I'm just going to roll for more relevant stats. We'll take some attack speed here. Elusive Ghost, another broken item from the mod, but we're going to take it, and this will boost our dodge cap up to 65 and give us infinite lifesteal. And then we will take the padding, so now we have 2 of them. We will take coffee. I really don't want to cap my move speed with the shackles, though, so I'm going to roll past that. We'll take lure here, and then roll. CRISPR I will take as well, and then we'll definitely buy the padding. I think it's past the point where I'm spending this much on luck items. Currently, the fact that we have no tardigrades is very dangerous. We can just die in one shot at this point. No tardigrade, no extra stomach, no ways to increase our defenses easily. So we're definitely behind on defensive stats, and I could just die in one tap to elites. Probably not at this point, but the damage will start rapidly outscaling our defenses. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about here is we won't reach in this video, the point in Endless where it matters. Like all of the super late game strategies, but for this video I'm just trying to give you some insight into how Endless mode is played, even though I'm not going to spend 7 hours rolling for tardigrades. Someone did go to Wave 1000 in a YouTube video, Wave 1000 Endless, which is very funny. I am glad that people with that much patience exist, but that is not me. I'm going to roll, and I think I will roll again. I don't really care about my range. I'll just take the armor here, or I could take move speed. Both of these are relevant. I think I'll take the armor because our armor's not that high yet. We're going to take the padding. It's a limited item. We'll take the CRISPR, and I will lock the eye surgery because it's another limited item. And then let me roll one more time. Tardigrade, great find here, and we'll still take turrets because that can help start our chain off. Especially because I have started building some engineering. The tardigrade is really good, of course, because we're rapidly going to reach a point where enemies just one-tap us, and so tardigrade is the only thing that can keep you alive for that. I really want to boost my move speed as well. Given how late we are in the game, 20% move speed is feeling very sluggish. We're moving really slowly. And still leaving a ton of materials on the ground. We're gonna recycle the wheelbarrow, and yes, I will take the move speed. I'll take additional luck, gentle alien, more limited items. So we're just gonna buy out this stuff just to make important items in the shop show up more frequently. Bait I'm buying. Again, this is because just having bait, having more enemies on the field is good for you. Here, I actually think we want to pass on all of these things. Sadly, the picket sign for this character is going to cripple our luck completely, so we can't buy it, even though it's a limited item that we'd like to pull out of the pool. But Dangerous Bunny and Gentle Alien are definitely ones that we want to pick up, and now we will also grab the Wisdom as well. So, Wisdom lovers, this one's for you. I know you're out there. Wisdom is another one of those items like Piggy Bank and Alien Eyes that, for some reason, people are very mad about. It's really funny which items to me in this game. Well, personally, it's funny when people get mad about Brotato in general, because I mean, look at this game. Obviously, it's a great game, but you know, care about something important. But also, it's really interesting to me which items and like which facets of this game generate a really strong emotional response. Which ones people are really mad about or whatever. Alien Eyes is really interesting to me because there's a lot of people who think it's terrible, a lot of people who think it's one that you should always take, and both sides are very, very convinced of that, and the actual truth is that it's a situational item that you should take sometimes, except in endless mode where it's a top tier item that you should take all the time. Spider is going to give us 6 attack speed and 24% damage, but it also costs us stats that we don't really need. We're over cap on dodge, so we'll just take it. We'll recycle the Peaceful Bee. Losing melee and range damage for elemental damage is a little painful, but I think I'm going to take it anyways because that can boost our engineering quite heavily as well. I'm going to roll here and just take the ranged damage, because why not? Mouse, amazing find. We will definitely buy that. We'll buy the Gentle Alien. We can't afford the Wisdom, so I will buy that. So I'll lock that, buy Cyberball, buy Beanie, and don't have the money to reroll. As you can see, we're starting to have trouble actually killing some of the enemies on the field, like the tentacles. Our attacks, we're needing multiple attacks to kill them. Luckily, the baby with the beard, Cyberball, etc. are still clearing the enemies very rapidly for us, but some of the individual high health enemies are putting us in a little bit of danger, and that's going to continue to increase as the enemy health scales past our damage. That's part of why Alien Eyes is so good, and like Extra Stomach to scale your HP. It's easy to scale HP very high on into Endless Mode, and so it's one that you want to invest very heavily in, is damage items that scale off of your HP. So in the very, very late game, the best items are going to be Alien Eyes and the Potato Cannon, because that scales off of the stat that's easiest to raise as high as possible. Buy this, this, and this, and then reroll. We'll take the next Scared Sausage, so now we've pulled Scared Sausage out of the shop pool. And one advantage that this character combo does have in Endless Mode is that we can't roll weapons, so that removes a lot of the dead items from our shop. Silver Bullet is definitely worth picking up, and I'm gonna reroll once. Another Bandana, sure, and Book, just because it's a unique item, so it gives us 1 regeneration from the fairy. I'll pick up as well. Whoops, immediately tanked damage there, so I do need to be a little careful. I'm actually just gonna dodge around the elites and go fight other stuff. I don't think we're not at the point yet where we're getting one shot if I take a hit after my tardigrade has broken, but definitely at the point where we could die if I mess up too much. It is really cool that we've done sort of the deck builder thing and removed a lot of dead draws from our shop. You know, that'll be familiar strategy to people who play Slay the Spire or similar deck building games. Because we've pulled out all the weapons. I'll take the pumpkin for sure, and our piercing damage is now 75%, so yeah, we've got enough piercing damage. Your piercing damage can't exceed your base damage, so 75% is enough to offset the penalty from Sharp Bullet and enough to offset the minus 50% penalty by default. Although, since we have multiple pierces and they each have a minus 50% penalty, we should still be buying more pumpkins. Take the scope here, recycle this, we'll take the peacock, and then let's reroll, and and reroll one more time. I want to boost my crit chance to maximum. We will take Silver Bullet and Bandana, and then roll. Bait is worth locking, just because it's worth money just to have those enemies on the field. And then I do still want to boost my crit chance, so I'm going to take the Insanity, even though it cost me 9% damage. The other thing that's different about Endless Mode, right, is that rerolls become your most important resource rather than your actual money. So it can be worth it to reroll even with with stuff locked in the shop, because the amount of money you have matters a lot less than the number of times you can reroll to look for the specific key items that you need. You can also, I think, see why I only play Endless sometimes, because it quickly devolves into waiting 60 seconds and then rolling for the 3 specific items that in between waves where you can't possibly lose, and then rolling for the specific items that you need. Hey, Sif's Relic. Awesome find. We're going to take more melee damage, I guess. No, I'll just take the elemental damage here. And then buy out this whole shop to take our free reroll. Jeff's Shades, unfortunately, we can't take because we need the tardigrade. We can't pull off our tardigrades. We'll lock the eye surgery and then reroll, and lock the gentle alien for 54 with only 1 shop slot. I'm not going to reroll. I think I would play Endless Mode like more if the game had a like go to 2x speed setting for later waves. Like if for this wave, right, we can just AFK in the middle. We have Sif's Relic. Nothing can possibly get close to us. Everything's dying as soon as it spawns, right? I guess we did get charged there, but for the most part, we're in 0 danger of losing this wave. So if I could do this in 20 seconds instead of 60 seconds, I would be very happy. Vampire Survivors has the turbo mode, the like 2x speed mode, which makes runs in Vampire Survivors only take 15 minutes, and that's just such a great feature for this kind of game, especially when you're going for like super late game stuff. Take the lucky coin here. Obviously, it's a unique, and we'll keep boosting our damage. We'll keep taking Bandana. And here, I'm going to boost my move speed. Then let's buy all of these items, and then roll. Roll again. Definitely taking the Lure, Gentle Alien. Wings, I think I will pass on. We should be able to get to a decent move speed without having to buy stuff like that. I am going to buy more engineering if possible, because I think our explosions and turrets are actually doing a reasonable job of helping us. Also, once I reach more spicy sauces and maybe more explosion size, the spicy sauce explosions will be a big source of wave clear for us. As you can see, we're starting to make less and less money every wave, because in Endless Mode, you really need Hunting Trophy to keep up your income, which we haven't found yet. Incendiary Turret, I think, is not worth taking, because it doesn't apply the burning damage, which is where our engineering damage is actually coming from the elemental damage. And then let's roll here. I will take... Sure, I'll take 20 luck. Buy this and this and this. And I could buy the charcoal. Gets us a free reroll, so I'll take it. Locking the baby gecko. And then rolling. And then rolling again. I guess Magic Barrier is worth buying at this point. We're over cap on most of these things. And then we'll roll one more time. I'm going to take another Landmines and another Scar. And we're going to take this to wave 40, or if I die before then. It is very satisfying with all these baby with the beards, just watching the enemies explode and just cover the entire map in explosions. Especially as we get more rip and tears and larger explosion size. Each of the groups of enemies will deal so much damage to each of the other groups of enemies. A little too bad that we haven't found too many of the infinite scaling items yet. We haven't found extra stomach, we haven't found hunting trophies, we haven't found Dusty Fedora. I will take the wheat here, even though it costs us elemental damage. Our ranged damage is actually kind of the most important stat for us right now. I'm going to reroll a couple times, and I'm going to take crit chance. And then here I will take... Which first? I guess I'll take the magic barrier first, and then do a reroll and a reroll. Garden is normally good enough to lock, but given that we haven't found like extra stomach, I'm just going to reroll actually. Alright, did a decent amount of damage. Now I'm backing away from the enemies, and we'll let our incidental damage from our elephants and stuff finish the job. Whoops. Took 2 hits in a row right there, despite our 65% dodge, but obviously that's not that unlikely. It's really fun just watching the materials stream in while the shots come from across the map. I'm going to recycle this. While max HP is good, I do just want to buy... Wait, my max HP changed when I recycled it, or did I accidentally hit take? Oh, right, I have padding. Duh. So as I gain money, I gain HP. Take this, and then... this does nothing, but still worth taking just to pull out of the pool. We'll grab these and roll. Candle, again, fewer enemies, but it's a unique, so you do want to pick it up. And then I will lock the metal detector. I'm not going to lock the turret. There's items that we really want to find, so we'll save our rerolls for those. So you can see, basically, we stay AFK, and then our Alien Eyes fires, and then just blows up the whole group of enemies. With all of our other effects combined. Now that I have Sif's Relic and stuff, I don't need to move anymore, except on elite waves. It does mean I'm no longer gaining any money from my Ghost Axe, but we were unlikely to be getting too much Ghost Axe money regardless. The constant streams of income do, like I said, are very satisfying. Sure, we'll take this. I'll take this for even more damage, and then here I'm going to reroll, take ranged damage, because that's what's going to help the most. I will buy these two and then roll. Still can't buy Jeff's shades. Don't really want these other items. We'll buy this and this for sure. And then a reroll. Go to wave 37. So as you can see here, we are now, yep. So I just didn't find enough tardigrades, so we ended up dying on wave 37. Thanks to bad dodging by me, I could have dodged quite a lot better there. But the tardigrades are what keeps you alive in endless mode later on. And obviously, normally you would have a weapon that was actually helping you kill the elites. This character didn't quite manage to do that. If we had a ranged weapon, even if we'd started with like submachine gun or something, we could have made an even deeper endless run. But that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed a one-armed plus one-armed, and the way that the nonsense worked with the math was very fun for me. So definitely recommend it if you want to sort of re-roll into one-armed plus one-armed. Give it a try. Maybe pick a different starting weapon, or maybe pick the Ghost Axe, because we did end up with 1,000% damage. We ended up with just massive stats in every arena. 453 elemental damage and 637% attack speed. A couple things we were missing. We never found improved tools, which obviously would have been sick. We never found hunting trophies or extra stomach, stuff like that. But overall, just a really solid and satisfying run. Our economy items did great, and we found 10 gentle aliens, as well as ton of damage from the scared sausages, ton of damage from the spicy sauces, massive amounts of damage from the cyberballs, which is what you expect when you're in endless mode. Over 2 million cyberball damage, almost 1 million baby elephant damage, even though we only had one, 2,000 income from our bags, and so on. Alright, my friends, hope you enjoyed this run. Look at the double one-armed. This was a blast to play. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a comment and like the video. Helps me out with the algorithm. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.